In the ancient world, the port of Alexandria was not only a place of commercial exchange, it was also a point of control for books. From this rule arose one of the greatest collections of knowledge in history. Around the 3rd century BC, Alexandria in Egypt was a young, cosmopolitan city built to serve as a bridge between different worlds. Here arose what would become the most famous Library of Alexandria of antiquity. It was not just a building full of books, it was a political and cultural project. An ambitious idea to gather all the knowledge of the known world. To achieve this, the Ptolemaic rulers summoned scholars, philosophers, and mathematicians. They supported them, financed them, and asked only one thing: to study, translate, and copy. Knowledge was not meant to be lost. It had to accumulate. And this is where the port comes into play. One of the busiest in the ancient world. According to ancient sources, including the physician and philosopher Galen, there was a precise rule. Every ship docking in Alexandria had to hand over the books it carried. Origin did not matter. Value did not matter. Every text was brought to the library. Scribes copied it immediately, and a copy was returned to the ship. The original, instead, remained there, archived, cataloged, and preserved. An aggressive practice, yes, but incredibly effective. Looking at it today, the question arises naturally, was it theft? On one hand, merchants lost their originals. On the other, those texts were saved from time, the sea, and oblivion. The library did not act to enrich itself. It acted to accumulate knowledge. In just a few decades, the result was extraordinary. It is estimated that it came to hold hundreds of thousands of scrolls, a quantity difficult even to visualize for the time. An unprecedented archive. An attempt, perhaps naive, perhaps grand, to halt the fragility of human memory. But no library is eternal. The history of the Library of Alexandria is also a history of loss, fires, destruction, fanaticism, conquest. A first devastation occurred in 48 BC during the Roman conquest. In the centuries that followed, further blows. In the 4th century, the elimination of texts considered pagan. Then, slowly, silence. Not from a single event, but from a long series of erosions. What had been the greatest repository of knowledge in the ancient world disappeared, and with it thousands of texts we would never read again. Today, in Alexandria, there is a new library, a modern building constructed in the 1990s as a tribute to the ancient one. It cannot give back what has been lost, but it can remind us of something fundamental. That knowledge is fragile, that it can be easily destroyed, and that, at times, someone has tried to save it through questionable means, but with a greater purpose. The Library of Alexandria did not merely safeguard books. It sought them out, held on to them, multiplied them. In doing so, it preserved a vast portion of the knowledge of the ancient world, and it also erased another part when that knowledge was lost forever. Today, what remains are ruins, reconstructions, and an idea still relevant that knowledge can be accumulated, protected, but also fragile.
Perhaps this is the true legacy of the Library of Alexandria.
Not what it contained, but the attempt, imperfect and human, not to let everything disappear.